Hey guys, day 4 of the SMMA sprints, and so I want to talk to you guys about one thing that kind of just ran through my mind and for the remainder of the next 4 to 5 minutes, and that is making the business model work and doing it to the best of your ability. I vividly remember Hermosi talking to a crowd at his headquarters at HQ in Las Vegas, and he was discussing generally how once you have the business model figured out, whether you're doing SMMA, starting a SaaS, running an e-com store, whatever you're doing, all the business models work, right? But once you have it figured out, once you say to yourself, okay, this is what I'm going to be doing, for the next 1 to 3 years or however long, then the biggest bottleneck is just you. There are people making multi eight figures in ecom. There are people running multi eight figure marketing agencies. There are people running multi eight figure, Amazon FBA companies, selling products on there, and it works. And it really just comes down to you and what your goals are, defining your goals, reverse engineering your goals, and saying to yourself, I'm going to get this outcome in this amount of time, and I'm not going to do anything else but that. And I remember from the book of Naval Ravikant, the Almanac of Naval Ravikant, and him explaining what a contract or what desire is. Desire is you basically signing a self-proclaimed contract to yourself saying, I'm not happy until I get this thing. Now, and that's fair. Like, for you that are watching this, if you have your dream car, your dream watch, you want to hit six-figure months, and if you really aren't content with where you're at, either decrease the desire or increase the inputs. So do not be one of these lazy entrepreneurs. Do not be one of these lazy people that just talk shit all day and doesn't actually get the work done. And accountability has been one of the most important things to honestly keeping me going. Well, of course, defining my whys and defining, the inputs that it's going to take to get there, but also accountability. That's why you join mentorships. That's why, to be honest with you guys, like part of the reason why I'm doing the 60-day sprint and posting daily on YouTube is to hold myself accountable and to show you guys that, you can do this as well, no matter where you are in your agency. And for those of you that are watching this for the first time, my name is Marco Musso, and we're currently at 40-ish a month right now, 40K a month right now. We want to get to, 70, 80 in consistent MRR, but over the next 2 months. But going back to the initial point of this video, and that is you are the bottleneck. You need to make this business model work. It's a hard truth to confront because it's basically saying, I'm not good enough. I need to shut the hell up. I need to kill my old self. I need to kill my old identity and adapt this new being, adapt these new habits immediately. That person, that version of yourself who does have everything they've ever wanted, what would they do in this moment, right here, right now? I use that as a decision-making framework for pretty much most of my decisions. Should I be testing more ads? Well, what would that version of myself who does, 150K a month do right now? Should I do this follow-up with this prospect, or should I just let it go through the cracks? Well, what would my company at 150K a month do? Should I script this ad right now and hop on another call with my B2B setter because they're fucking up? Or should I just, hop on the call with them tomorrow? It's okay, it's not a problem. What would that version of myself, who does 150K a month do right now? And so a lot of times what I have seen is that people start out and cannot grow their own perceived identity. And just to reinstate that, because this is pretty much driving everything home, which is you will not outgrow your own perceived identity. And that goes back to changing your habits, changing the way you do things, acting in that identity of the person you want to become, and lo and behold, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months later, you will just simply become that person. It's as simple as that. But as simple as it's said, it's a lot harder done than said, because, we have life and social distractions and vices and things come up. I get that. But you will never outgrow your own self-identity. That's a fact. And you essentially put yourself in your own cage. And you can't see it, which is the most terrifying thing as well. You can't see your own cage, your own limiting beliefs. And there are the unknown unknowns in business, and then we have known unknowns. So it's like, okay, I know the B2B ads work. I just need to find the right winning ad. That's a known unknown. And then we have unknown unknowns, which is something I need to find out quickly, or else I'm not going to grow. But I'll give you guys an example, and that's, let's say, so for example, a unknown unknown that I had was when I joined my previous mentorship, or when I joined my current mentorship back in December-ish, from March to December, I started my agency, and I only joined a few mentorships before that. So it was like roughly like 7-8ish months of being in the game of business and doing everything. And when I had the onboarding call with my mentor, he said, Marco, what we need right now is, yes, ads need to get live, up and running, but you need a scalable, predictable acquisition channel. And when he said that, and then when I, watched his SOPs, and then when I thought about that, a scalable, predictable acquisition channel. And I didn't really know what that meant, but any scalable business, they're consistently closing deals on a weekly, if not daily basis. And it's predictable. Hey, we're going to spend this much. We're going to get this cost per qualified appointment. And, at $150 per qualified appointment, we can close 1 out of 3. So roughly a 450 CAC, right? And I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. So it's just simply math. And then he helped me, reverse engineer my goals to get to 100K a month, but, the goalpost changed to 150K a month. And I was like, wow, I just need to, sign 8 clients a month, and that's 2 a week. And if I spend, $1,000 a week, that's hopefully a 500 CAC. I can do that. And so it's just simply reverse engineering your goals, doing the math behind it. And that to me was an unknown unknown. And when I learned that, I was like, there was so much clarity and so much focus and direction and things I know I needed to do moving forward. And so to wrap everything up, you are the bottleneck. The business vehicles work. Okay, guys? I hate these fuckers online who are like, yeah, I tried drop shipping for 2 months and it didn't work. Or yeah, I tried Amazon FBA. Shit's a scam. Do not listen to the comments. Do not listen to most people on social media, because most people on social media are average. And if you want not average results, do not listen to average people in the comment section. And it's funny too, because I'll just read it and I'll click on the person's profile and it's who knows, maybe I'm wrong, but the person's profile is 20 followers and they're following 4,000 and they have 4 pictures. I don't know, maybe they're a multimillionaire, who knows? But for the most part, do not take anyone's opinion online unless you know that person well, or if they're credible, then sure. But that's that, and I'll see you guys for day 5 tomorrow.